I'm Steve.
And I'm Les.
And this is Tabletop Tastings. Welcome to another sip and play. Les, what did we play?
Today, we played the 2 to 4 player game, Super Dice Battle. Super Dice Battle was designed by Wade Piche, and it's a series of games that is really meant to replicate the, that classic kind of video game style experience. And I love the box behind this because it looks like a Super Nintendo cartridge box, which is super cool. But essentially in Super Dice Battle, players take on one of 4 characters and they compete against each other to be the first to defeat their opponents. And it's done through rolling a series of 4 dice. As you roll dice, you assign them to a particular combo, or you assign it to a particular defense or your special ability. And then whoever gets a combo first yells combo and then chooses a player to attack. That player, if they've put dice towards their defense or if they've got a special ability that they've unlocked that they've put their dice towards, can then try to defend against that. And it's this mad, chaotic little dice roller. They do recommend the first time you play, playing in slow mode, which is essentially everybody roll your dice at once, then assign a dice to it. And that's kind of a great way to do the first playthrough as you learn how the game works. But then after that, you go to fast play. And fast play is you just roll your dice as quick as you can. Of the dice you roll, assign one to your abilities, and just do it as fast as you can to get those combos in first and defeat or best your opponent. Steve, Super Dice Battle is a crazy little game. What did you think of our playthrough or our experience with it?
Yeah, so it kind of had me at the moment I opened the box and saw that beautiful box.
I mean, it's
like
gorgeous.
it's an N64. It took me back to going to Woco and picking up Star Fox, right? Like it's everything I love about my pre-adolescent going into teens. It's awesome. And then we cracked it open and I was like, what the heck's going on? We kind of walked through the rules a little bit, but you really have to play it to actually kind of understand. And we did the slow playthrough, which helped. And then we kind of got into it. I love that we kind of battled over some of the rules because I'm like, what are you talking about?
And this is where some of the abilities from the characters are really lean in towards having multiple players.
Yes.
So if you got 3 or 4 players, because you've got splash damage essentially from some of the characters' attacks. So the more people playing, the better it is because you can dole out damage to those around types.
Because you're like slashing, right? So you're in defending, you're hitting the guy
Slash
next to
blast
you, right?
or,
Right. So, and I love it because you have to really. You got to be thinking about what you want to do next as you're rolling, but you got to be quick about it or else someone's going to yell combo and then you have no way to defend and you're just going to have to take all of the damage. It's fun. I really like it. I don't like it's one of those games where I think you could definitely pull this out and just play with someone and just have some fun. But I really think this is a great game when you're waiting for everybody to come for a game night and you just want to have something, the guy's 10, 15 minutes out, everybody's kind of sitting around. Well, hey, let's play this because you can just have some fun, laugh, and just really kind of enjoy it.
Yeah, and there's almost a little mini Super Smash Bros. Element to it as well, because you can do it as a one-off battle, or you can also have stocks as well, and the first person to 3 stocks wins the game as well.
Cool.
Steve, this is a zany, very quick-paced game. It only takes 10 or 15 minutes to really play it. What have you brought to pair with our playthrough of Super Dice Battle?
Okay, so it had to be something that was just, it's got to be something that's easy to drink, like fast, and like you just versatile though as well, because you want to be able to take it. Okay, now we've had like our pregame, and now we're going to go into the next game, and I think that's what we've got with. All the way from Dominican Republic, we have the Macorix rum. Les, let's go into the bottle pop, and then we'll talk a little bit about it.
Let's do it.
And all the way from the Dominican Republic, we have Macorix Grand Reserve. Let's hear the crack. That was it.
That's cool.
It is a crack. That's okay. All right, let's have a little bit of this beautiful rum.
Load her up. Ooh, it's nice and dark and rich in color.
So all the research I did, which I looked at a number of sites, theirs, so on, theirs didn't give an age statement, but everyone is telling me that it is actually aged 8 years, which is giving it like that really nice dark colors, that caramel color. And it is suggested that they mainly use Jack Daniels barrels.
Really? Little JD barrel? Well, it smells quite nice.
It's ex-bourbon.
Steve, what are you getting off of it?
Okay, so there's definitely a little bit of that rum funk to it, which is kind of nice, actually.
So yeah,
I like it. It's good.
Dried fruit, a little bit of funk, some sweetness to it.
Yeah, like the bananas, not dried bananas, but like some really ripened bananas. Maybe even a little bit like raisins. Or actually, you know what it kind of reminds me of is those date squares. So you got a little bit of like that oatmeal buttery on the top, and then the dates in the middle. I'm quite impressed, Les.
It smells nice.
Okay, let's go in. Let's see.
It's nice, eh?
Actually, that really is.
It is. It's almost, for a rum, it almost tastes refreshing a little
Yes.
bit. Yeah. It's got that sweetness to it. It's warm. It doesn't linger too long, but it stays a nice amount of time. I quite enjoy that.
Yeah. It's much more tropical on the palate than I thought it was going to be. Like, it's really, like you said, it's like refreshing. It's like I'm sitting at the bar in the Dominican and just like enjoying one of their fresh rum drinks.
I almost get a little bit of Fruit Loops off of it as well.
Okay, there you have it. We bottle cracked it. So it's got the little twist off cap. What a really impressive bottle. Like, it looks beautiful, and I was quite impressed with the rum inside. As someone that's been getting into rum over the last year and a half, I am really, really enjoying this. And I thought that it was just going to be kind of like one of those, gimmicky, something you pick up at the resort when you're down in Dominican, but no, it really isn't. There's a lot going on in this, and I really, really enjoyed it.
It is quite tasty. Now, it's not, is it the best rum in the world?
Yeah, sure.
No, it's not. It's pretty basic, but I really like what it's doing. It's got a nice sweetness to it. It's enjoyable. It's something that I can see myself going back to again and again and again.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that has a bit to do with who Macorix really is. So they actually started in 1899 when this guy, San Pedro de Macorix, came to Dominican Republic and he wanted to start up a rum distillery. So he picked a place that had really good ground to be able to make all of that beautiful sugar cane, which then they could turn into beautiful, beautiful rum. So the name Macorix actually comes from like an old name that means golden place. And I think that really does well describe this. This stuff is golden. It's golden in color.
That's right.
And it's like the gold standard for something that you would get down in the Dominican in like a resort style club, right? So they've got all the like regular rums that you can pick up, but you can also find something a little bit special and unique, which is what you're going to get when you go to the house of Macorix, right? So this is not a bottle that you can pick up in Canada. And it's actually pretty hard to find even in the States.
Okay.
However, their biggest export is to Europe. And if you know anything about rum, Europeans love good rum. So you're gonna have those guys that drink like the Captain Morgans, the Bacardis, all that kind of stuff.
This is way better than
But
that stuff. Way better.
you're gonna have, especially in Europe, they have a lot of access to some really, really good rums. And so I think that is a little bit of a nod to these guys that they send so much into the European Union. Now, Les, you went to the House of Macorix when you were on vacation. What was your impression there?
So
because I've got kind of FOMO, like I feel like I've missed out.
They have a beautiful facility there, and they have a fantastic tasting area. And one thing I love about being in the Dominican Republic is it doesn't matter where you are; it's just it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So they've got a beautiful setup there. Their tasting event was really nice. I got to try this along with a bunch of other stuff that they had there, and just thoroughly enjoyed that experience. And this was relatively inexpensive. It was a year ago I purchased it. I don't remember what it cost at the time, but I don't recall it being very much.
Yeah.
But for the taste of it, I think it's absolutely fantastic, and I'm very,
really
very happy with the purchase.
Yeah, and you know what? Something that really surprised me about it is I actually forgot that it is only 37.5% ABV. So it's under 40. So normally we're going to get 40% and above. But I don't feel like I'm lacking in having it at 37.5%. Do you know why it's at 37.5%?
No, but I'm very intrigued. There's an answer to this question. What is it?
So I wondered the same thing. I'm like, well, like 37.5, like what?
Is it to make it go 2.5% further?
So the minimum standard for a European Union is 37.5%.
Oh.
So to make themselves kind of like that, not necessarily entry level, but to keep themselves in kind of that range,
Okay.
that's what they send it off as. In the States and even in Canada, kind of like your entry level is 40%, right? Which is maybe one of the reasons we can't actually get it up here. I thought that was pretty interesting. So European Union, they accept it. And again, I'm not feeling like, oh, you know, I'm missing out because it's such a low
it's very
ABV.
tasty.
It is super duper tasty. I'm like really excited about this.
So this brings us to the part in our show where we talk about, which is better? Is Super Dice Battle, the board game, better, or is Macorix Grand Reserva
Grand Reserve
Ron Premium? Is it the better spirit? Which do you prefer?
Okay, so it's funny because I always say, oh, this is so difficult, but it really is because these two things are very unique in their own like category, right? I love a good dice rolling. Sometimes dice can be super frustrating because you just keep getting the wrong rolls. Sure. But I really, really enjoyed the game, and I like that it is like a battle. So you just got to keep going, and you got to be quick, and it like kind of gets your heart pumping, and it's just really exciting. I kind of think the same thing about the rum too, though, because I almost had like lower expectations from it because we've been enjoying such like really unique and really outstanding rums that I thought, maybe I'm not going to enjoy it quite as much. I really, really enjoyed it. I have to say that I think my honest opinion is that in the long run, I would take Super Dice Battle over the rum because the dice rolling and everything that they've gone into creating the game of a battle, I think they've done really, really well. Whereas I think that I could probably get another bottle of rum in similar price range that I would enjoy just as much.
Now, this copy of the game was sent to us by the game designer. So I do want to acknowledge that we received this at no cost to ourselves to review for the show. But I still do believe that I prefer the game as well. I really like Macorix. I'm very happy. I'm very pleased with it. What I like most about this is that there's so many occasions where you do invite people over for a board game day. Maybe we're going to do a big game of Eclipse or Twilight Imperium or something along those lines. And people kind of stagger in. And this is a fantastic game to play while people are coming in. And I know it's going to see lots of time on the table as a result of that, for that very reason. So I really like this game, Super Dice Battle. And I love the box. I can't get over the box because it's absolutely beautiful. I showed it to my teenage sons and they're like, oh my, that's really cool. We got to try that. I love what they're going for. And I love that this is just one in a series of games that they're looking to work on as well.
I was so happy when I got the box. I'm like, oh, this is exciting. And I'm happy that that excitement carried on as well. And I think though too, because we keep saying like you could use it as like a precursor to another game. This would be a fun game to just kind of get everybody's heart racing and just have a lot of fun after something like that as well.
I think though, like on the counter side of that, I will never plan a game night around this. It will always be that supplementary game. But it plays so quick that that's the perfect spot for it to fit in. Then
exactly. Yeah.
So Steve,
Les?
I think we've learned a very valuable lesson.
I think we have.
And that is, if you're going to play the 2 to 4 player game, Super Dice Battle, you want to pair it with.
Ooh, you want some rum from Macorix Grand Reserva from Dominican Republic.
My name is Les.
And I'm Steve.
And this is Tabletop Tastings.
That it is.
Have a great day.
Yeah.
The one thing I found with playing with 4 people, though, is that you basically just target somebody and take them out.
Yeah.
Take them out, right?
Were they all taking you out?
They were all targeting me and taking me out.
That's a popular theme of any game night when Les is around. Everyone wins when Les loses.
Yeah.